Now we'll go through the next concept, that is nothing but hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance. Okay. What is meant by hierarchical inheritance? Okay. What is meant by this hierarchical inheritance is nothing but try to understand very clearly. Okay. Now here multiple child classes. Okay. Multiple child class, or we can say multiple subclasses. Multiple subclasses acquiring the properties. Multiple subclasses acquiring the properties from one parent class. Okay. Multiple subclasses acquiring the one properties from one parent class, or we can say super class also. Okay, the terminology is important. Multiple subclass acquiring the property from one super class is known as hierarchical inheritance. Okay, now is known as what here? Hierarchical inheritance. Okay, I'll show you. Okay, now we'll discuss the real time examples also. For example, try to understand here. I'll go through that paint. Okay, now for example, here I'm going to create one parent class. Okay, one parent class. Now in this class, multiple child class I'm creating now. One child class, next one, two, three. Okay, something like okay, some two or more parent classes acquiring the properties from okay, two or more parent classes, two or more sub classes or child classes acquiring the property from one parent class. That is nothing but what here? Hierarchical inheritance. Okay, are you able to understand what I am saying now here? Okay, two or more child classes acquiring the property from one parent class. Okay, multiple subclasses acquiring the property from one parent class or one superclass is nothing but hierarchical inheritance. Are you able to understand what I am saying now? For example, directly we'll discuss here real time example. For example, I'll take a real time example. For example, okay, for example, class I'm taking developer. Okay, developer is a developer one class I'm taking now. Next after that here I'm taking another one class, for example tester also one class here I'm taking. Next after that here I'm taking another one class team lead. Okay, team lead. Team lead is also class. So like that here I'm creating multiple classes. Okay, now try to understand now here. Developer is also employee, tester is also employee, and team lead is also employee. Say yes or no. So for that here I'm creating one class. Okay, employee. Okay, I'm creating one class employee. So here employee, I mean developer is also extends the properties from employee. Tester is also acquiring the properties from employee. Next team lead is also acquiring the properties from employee. Okay, so multiple child classes is acquiring the property from one parent class. Say yes or no. So this is nothing but what here? Hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance. So same program only we'll discuss now. Okay, that program only we'll discuss. Okay, real time example. Real time example. Okay, I'll go through the Eclipse now. Okay. Now here I have created one package in news and right. So what is the package name now? Package name is oops, right? So here I'll go through that package. Okay, I have created one package oops. In that package here I'm going to create. Okay. In that package here I'm going to create one new class. For example, right click new. I'm creating one class first. My class name here I'm taking employee. Okay, what's my class name here? Employee class I'm taking here. Okay, now here in that employee class here I'm creating one method. Public void. Okay, now here I'm going to create one method. Public void For example, each and every employee in IT office, okay, while we are entering to the office, we have to swipe the card, right? So for that here, I'm creating one method, swipe card method, okay, swipe card method. So for that here, I'm writing system.out.println of. Now here I'm writing employee swipe the card. Employee swipe the card for the day. Okay, employee swipe the card for the day. So for that here, just I have created one class called employee. In that employee class here, I'm creating one method, employee swipe the card for the day. Next, after that here, I'm creating another one class. Okay, for example, I'll create class. My class name here, I'm taking developer. Okay, developer. Next, after that here, I'll take another one class. Right click, new class. So developer. Next, after that here, tester or test engineer. Okay, but here in the real time, don't call tester. There is a not a proper way. We have to call test engineer. Okay, next after that here, I'll create another one class. Right click, new class. Now here I'll go through that team lead. Okay, so like that here I have created three classes. What is the first one class? Employee class. Next, developer class, tester class, team lead class. First here I want to provide implementation for developer class. Developer is also employee or not? Yes. So developer is also, while entering to the office, how to swipe the card or not? Yes. So for that here I am writing extends. What I want right now here? Extends employee. Right. Next, after that here, I want that employee name also. So for that here I am taking employee name, string name I am taking here. String name. So here this value I want to provide at runtime. Okay, I want to provide the value for this variable runtime. So this is a non-static variable or not? Yes. How we can provide the value for this non-static variables? Create constructor. What is the purpose of constructors? Instance. Instance is nothing but non-static variables. Okay, objects. Okay, so I want to provide the value. So I want to create what now? Constructor. So for that, class name should be same as constructor name, or constructor name should be same as class name. Okay. Okay, developer. Next, after that here I'm writing string name. Okay. Next, after that here, when we can call this constructor? At the time of creating an object. That time I'll provide the values for this variable, right? So for that here, that variable only I want to store value in this variable. Okay, so what I want right now here, this dot name is equal to name, right? So completed. Next, after that here, what is the task? What is the work of the developer in a company? Develop the code. So for that here, I'm taking public void dev code. I'm creating one method. It's nothing but develop the code. So for that, now here I'm writing system.out.println. Now here I'm writing name plus. Okay, name plus. Now here I'm writing, okay, is developing the code. So like that here I'm writing. Are you able to understand what I'm saying now? Next, tester also will take. Okay, I want tester is also employee or not? He also wants to swipe the card. So for that here also I'm writing extends the employee. Okay, extends the employee. Next, after that, tell me string name. Okay, so after that here I want to provide the value. How we can provide the value? Constructor tester of string name. Next, this dot name is equal to name. Next, what is the purpose? What is the task of the test engineer now? Public void test cases. Okay, test case, just otherwise test code. Okay, next, after that here I'm writing again system.out.println. System.out.println name plus is testing the code. No, this is the wrong way. Okay, test engineer always will not check code. Test engineer always will check the application, sir. Okay, now test engineer will not check any code. Test engineer will check what are here? Application. Okay, test engineer will not get any errors. Test engineer will get what? Bugs. Okay, the terminology is important. Okay, don't call tester, it's a test engineer. Next, after that here, test engineer will not check any code. Test engineer will check application. Okay, now so next test engineer will not get any errors. He will get bugs. Okay, okay, then no problem. This develop next after that we'll go to the team lead. Team lead is also employee, right? So for that, what I want right now, extends employee. Done. Next after that here also I'm writing string name. Next I want to provide the value. So for that, team lead. Okay, now here I'm writing string name. Next this dot name is equal to name. Okay, this dot name is equal to name. Next after that here public void mm, leading team. Okay. Next after that here I'm writing again. Tell me system dot out dot println of name plus is. Tell me what I want right now. Uh, verify the application. Okay, is verify the application, right? So like that. Now try to understand here. In this case, how many child classes there here? Three child classes. What are the three child classes available now? Developer child class, tester, team lead. Three child classes. I mean, three classes acquiring the property from one class, one parent class. Okay, two or more child classes acquiring the property from one parent class. That is nothing but what here? Hierarchical inheritance, right? So now I want to execute the code, right? So here I want the main method. So for that here I'm creating another one class. Right click, new. Okay, class. Now here, otherwise directly we can take here only. Otherwise I'll create separate class. I'll take my class name is main class. Okay, here I want to execute this. Okay, so in this case, execution starts from main method. So for that I am creating main method. First here try to understand, I want the developer detail. So what I want to do now? I want to create object for what? Developer class. If you create developer class, we can access employee details also. If you create tester class, you can access employee. You can create team lead, you can access employee. Two or more child classes acquiring the property from one parent class or not? Yes, right? So now here first thing, I want to create object for developer, right? Developer D1 is equal to new developer. Now here I want to provide the developer name also. Okay. Now here I am providing the developer name also. Developer. Now here I want to provide the developer name. Okay. For example, now here I am writing the developer name is what's your name, sir? Sridhar. Okay. So here I am writing some name. Right. Now try to understand now here. First thing employee rate. So employee rate. So first which method I want to call now? Swipe card. So for that here I am writing D1 dot swipe card method. After completing the swipe card, you have to work. Which method is available now? D1 dot D1 dot dev code method is there, right? That is the stuff. Next, after that here, okay, developer is completed. I want to execute now. Yes, we'll get the output also. Yes, employee swipe the card for the day. Sridhar is developing the code. Yes, we are getting the output or not, sir, here. Okay, now next, after that here, we'll go to the second one. What is the second one now? Next, tell me. Tester. Okay, so I want to create object for tester class also. So for that, here I'm creating object for tester class. Tester T1 is equal to new tester. Okay, here also I want to provide the name. Okay, tell me, sir. Shiva. Okay, now here I'm writing tester is also employee, right? So T1 dot swipe card. T1 dot swipe card. Next after that T1 dot text. Okay, test code is there. Okay. And now I want to execute now. Now we'll get the tester details also. Right? So employee swipe the card for the day and Shiva is testing the application. Next after that team lead is there. So next after that here team lead T1 is equal T2 is equal to new team lead. Right? Your name? Mahendra. Okay. So like that here I'm writing. Next after that swipe card, right? So T2 dot swipe card. Next after that here T2 dot verify. We'll check now. Team lead. T2 dot leading team. Okay, right? So I want to execute now. Now we'll get all the details. Yes, we're getting the output or not here. The first is for this for what here? Developer class. Next, this is for test engineer. Next, this is for team lead. So here multiple child classes is acquiring the properties from one parent class. This is nothing but what here? Hierarchical inheritance. Okay, now this is nothing but what here? Hierarchical inheritance. Okay. Next, after that here. Okay, right. I'll add the output also. Okay. Next, after that, here now we have completed about what? Single level inheritance, multi level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance. Now, the next one that is nothing but what here? Hybrid inheritance. Okay, now hybrid inheritance. Okay. Next, sir, what is meant by hybrid inheritance, sir? Okay, what is meant by hybrid inheritance is nothing but here combining combining or merging two or more types of inheritance, two or more types of inheritance except multiple inheritance. So can I accept multiple inheritance is known as hybrid inheritance. Okay, now what is meant by hybrid inheritance are here? The combining or merging two or more types of inheritance except multiple inheritance is nothing but hybrid inheritance. Still we don't know what is multiple inheritance, right? Just I'll give you one overview. Okay, why? Because if you want to learn the multiple inheritance, before we have to learn constructor chaining, one concept is there. So later we'll discuss. So just I'll give you one overview about this multiple inheritance. Okay, try to understand now here multiple inheritance. Sir, what is meant by multiple inheritance are here? What is meant by multiple inheritance is nothing but here. Okay, one child class acquiring the properties. Okay, one child class acquiring the properties from, okay, two or more parent classes. Okay, one child class acquiring the properties from two or more parent classes is known as multiple inheritance. Okay, now multiple inheritance. Okay, try to understand now here. Okay, for example here. Okay, here I'm going to create one child class is there here. Okay, only one child class is there. This one child class trying to acquiring the properties from two or more parent classes. Okay, one child class is trying to acquiring the property from two or more parent classes. That is nothing but what here? Tell me now. Multiple inheritance. Okay, now so here I'm saying multiple inheritance, right? So this multiple inheritance is not supported in Java with respect to classes. Okay, now with respect to classes, then how we can achieve this multiple inheritance is nothing but we can achieve this multiple inheritance with respect to interfaces, right? Now try to understand here. Okay, now here I'll write the point also. Multiple inheritance is multiple inheritance is not supported in Java with respect to what, sir, here? With respect to classes. Okay, are you able to understand what I'm saying now here? So tell me first thing, I'll give you one overview. Total how many types of inheritance is there here in Java? First of all, what is the relationship here? Connection between two objects. There are two types of relationship. What are the two types of relationship now? Easy and has. Easy relationship is also known as inheritance. Okay. Next, after that, the class which shares the properties is nothing but parent class or super class or master class. The class which acquires the property is nothing but child class or subclass or derived class. Right? Are you able to understand? Next, after that, here, how many types of inheritance is there? Five types. What are the five types now here? Single level, multi-level, multiple. Okay, now so single level inheritance. Next, after that, here, I'll go through that multi-level inheritance. Next, after that, tell me. Next one, multiple inheritance. Next, after that, here, hierarchical inheritance. Okay, now hierarchical inheritance. Next, the last one, that is nothing but what here? Hybrid inheritance. Now, try to understand here. The single level inheritance is nothing but what's are here? Only one child class is there, right? Only one child class is acquiring the properties from one parent class. That is nothing but a single level inheritance. Then what is multi-level inheritance now? One child class acquiring the properties from one parent class, and that parent class is also acquiring the properties from another parent class. That is nothing but what here? Multi-level inheritance. Okay, then what about multiple inheritance now? One child class acquiring the properties from two parent classes. Two or more parent classes also okay. Okay, are you able to understand, sir? Here, this is nothing but what here? Multiple inheritance. Next, what about the hierarchical inheritance now here? Okay, tell me. One parent class and I mean multiple child classes is acquiring the properties from one parent class. Okay, then what about hybrid inheritance? Tell me, what about the hybrid inheritance?
Combining.
The process of combining or merging two or more types of inheritance, but except multiple inheritance. That is nothing but what's are here? Hybrid inheritance. Okay, so in this case, which is not possible with respect to classes in Java here? Multiple inheritance is not possible in Java with respect to classes. So this one. Okay, are you able to understand everyone now here? This is the stuff.